Valabhakati Sadma Vandamohi Savadana Mate Chahara prasari bhav he bhavatori ajahar Krishna prati hoy jahar hoite Guru Mukha Padmavaka Chitete Koriya Akya Arana Koriya Mare Asya Shri Guru Charani Rati Ese Uttama Gati Je prasare pure sarva asha Chakudani loje jame janme prabhu se Divya Gahira Prakashita Prema Bhakti Jai Deya Bija Vinashagate Vivekha Jahara Charita Vivekha Jahara Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Ajabhajanara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Ha Prabhu kar daya deha more parashaya Ye beja susutri puvana Ye beja susutri puvana Aha Prabhu kar daya deha more parashaya Ha Prabhu kar daya deha more parashaya Ye beja suraswati bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vasatyari Shatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Nityananda Shri Advaita Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo.
Paramhamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Sakaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhana Ki Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to one and all. A very warm welcome to today's Sunday Love Feast program, and a very big warm welcome to you all on this cold Sunday morning. It is my honor and privilege in introducing our speaker for today's program, Bhakta Nashvin Prabhu. A huge round of applause to him. Prabhu serves at Sri Sri Radha Radhanath on different capacities and at different departments. Some of the departments that he assists in is in the IT department, in service engagement, Rath Yatra, and wherever he can provide his service and assistance. Prabhu's topic for today is Living Our Purpose. May I kindly request for everyone to please switch off cell phones or turn them to silent mode. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome. Thank you everyone for coming. We'll just begin by singing a prayer that Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, used to sing before classes. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. So, thank you once again for coming. Is there anyone here for the first time by any chance? Or the second time or the third time? Okay, so everyone's fairly regular. We'll just begin by offering some prayers to our spiritual master and all the Vaishnavas. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I should have probably asked this before, but is this audible? Can everyone in the back hear? Okay, thank you. So the topic for discussion today is living our purpose. It's something that's probably not discussed so much in the world out there, but it's quite important because, you know, if we're doing something without a purpose, then what's the point of it? What is the purpose of it? So if we, you know, we'd hate to have a life where we look back at our life, you know, when we kind of closer to the end rather than the beginning, and we look back at our life and wonder, you know, what was the point of it all? Why was I living the way I lived? So that's just an introduction into why this topic may be of relevance. So what is our purpose? Now, there's many purposes that we have in life to fulfill. And specifically, we're going to be focusing on our ultimate purpose, which Srila Prabhupada gives very nicely in one of the very famous books in the Krishna consciousness movement, The Science of Self-Realization. It's right there in the first chapter. And Srila Prabhupada so clearly describes what our purpose is. So I'll just read it. According to Vedic civilization, the perfection of life is to realize one's relationship with Krishna, or God. In the Bhagavad Gita, which is accepted by all authorities in transcendental science as the basis of all Vedic knowledge, we understand that not only human beings, but all living entities are parts and parcels of God. The parts are meant for serving the whole, just as the legs, hands, fingers, and ears are meant for serving the total body. We living entities, being parts and parcels of God, are duty-bound to serve Him. Actually, our position is that we are always rendering service to someone, either to our family, country, or society. If we have no one to serve, sometimes we keep a pet cat or dog and render service to it. All these factors prove that we are constitutionally meant to render service. Yet in spite of serving to the best of our ability, we are not satisfied. Nor is the person to whom we are rendering that service satisfied. On the material platform, everyone is frustrated. The reason for this is that the service being rendered is not properly directed. So we see these things in the world. I mean, things like divorce and stuff are commonplace nowadays. So even through the best efforts of people to serve their spouse, they're not satisfied, the spouse is not satisfied. And we see this in relationships of all kinds in the world today. So Prabhupada is very much on point here. And he continues, for example, if we want to render service to a tree, we must water the root. If we pour water on the leaves, branches, and twigs, there is little benefit. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead is served, all other parts and parcels will be automatically satisfied. Consequently, all welfare activities, as well as service to society, family, and nation, are realized by serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is the duty of every human being to understand his constitutional position with God and to act accordingly. If this is possible, then our lives become successful. So Srila Prabhupada is giving us very directly that our purpose is to render service to God. And now this, and obviously he contrasted that with, serving family and society and doing all other types of services. So it looks like we have two choices, because by our very nature, we will be engaged in service. Either we'll be trying to serve God, or we'll be trying to serve someone else. And serving God is going to bring us fulfillment, and other services will not bring us any happiness. So it seems like we got two choices. We can either serve God and be happy, or don't serve God and be miserable. And what does that mean? Does that mean that we all have to give up everything that we do? We all move into the temple? Is that the only way that we can be fulfilled, that we can live purposeful lives? And Rupa Goswami, a great saint from the 16th century, he gave this wonderful principle of yukta vairagya, which basically he describes when one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. And it's further described, whatever is favorable for the rendering of service to the Lord should be accepted and should not be rejected as a material thing. So, in other words, all the other services that we may be inclined to do, like, for example, serving our family, serving society, if we can link that to the service of God, then that service is purified. And we can have meaningful, purposeful lives while doing the things that we're currently doing. And this is quite a revolution, because generally, historically, when people of, history have realized that, being attached to material things brings us suffering, the natural way to counteract that is to think, okay, let me detach myself from all material things. Let me give up all material things, because these material possessions are only going to bring me suffering. If you're attached to something like a certain possession, then automatically when that's taken away, you'll suffer. And like if someone steals your favorite possession, automatically you'll lament, you'll suffer. So when you realize that material things are going to bring you suffering, and obviously all material things have to, because of their temporary nature, they will be lost in time, in due course of time. So when you realize that these things are going to bring you suffering, you might think, okay, let me give them all up. I need to renounce everything. But actually the higher principle that Rupa Goswami is giving is not to just artificially renounce everything, but rather to engage everything in the service of God. So this is a key principle. So for example, our jobs that we may have, we all need to earn a livelihood. We need to literally eat to survive. So, but when we understand and when we practice our jobs in the way that we understand, actually, a part of my job is earning a livelihood to take care of my family members who I'm trying to understand that they are devotees of Krishna. They are servants of Krishna, as we just read. So when we work in that way, with that understanding and with that purpose in mind, and with the understanding that we're trying to live in a Krishna conscious way, in a spiritual way, then that same job, although seemingly material, can become part of our service to God. So why should we serve Krishna? Of course, we just mentioned that's our purpose, and also Krishna himself, this is what we were designed to do, actually. And it's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this famous verse, Jivera Swarupaya Krishnera Nitya Das. It is the living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna. So it's not something artificial that we have to try and become. We just have to re-establish our natural position. So that's just, it is who we are. So if we want to be who we are, the authentic versions of ourselves, then we need to understand and practice ourselves as servants of Krishna. And there's some further benefits given in Nectar of Devotion in the first chapter of what the benefits of serving in this mood is. This is called pure devotional service. So devotional service, when practiced purely, this pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Pure devotional service automatically puts one in transcendental pleasure. And those in pure devotional service deride even the concept of liberation. And it's further described, happiness derived from pure devotional service is the highest because it is eternal. The happiness derived from material perfection or understanding oneself to be Brahman is inferior because it is temporary. There is no preventing one's falling down from material happiness, and there is even every chance of falling down from the spiritual happiness derived by identifying oneself with the impersonal Brahman. And further described as 5 kinds of liberation, and these are pretty, outrageous. To have the same features as the Lord, to enjoy the same opulences as the Lord, to live as a companion of the Lord. The devotee actually doesn't even desire any of these things. He's so satisfied by being engaged in devotional service to the Lord that he doesn't desire any of these things. Now, these are quite amazing things. Imagine having the same opulences as the Lord, or to live as a companion of the Lord. The devotee doesn't even desire these things. That's how satisfied he is in service. So, in order for us to be truly satisfied, we need to aspire to this level of devotional service to Krishna. And not only that, even God himself wants to be engaged in devotional service. And that's why he comes as Lord Chaitanya, because he sees that his devotees, as they are serving him, they are experiencing even more happiness than he's experiencing by being served. Which, you would think, I'm God and all these pure people are serving me. Wouldn't it just make sense if I was the one receiving all the happiness? But actually they are even happier. So he wants to experience that himself. So that's why he comes as Lord Chaitanya, to engage himself in devotional service, to become his own devotee. So if God himself wants to be a devotee, how privileged are we that we are getting that opportunity to try and become devotees? It's quite a thing to claim oneself to be a servant of God, to claim to be a devotee of God. But at least we can claim that we're trying to become a servant of God. We're trying to become a devotee of God. So these are just some reasons why we should serve Krishna, and in that way fulfill our ultimate purpose in life. So how do we go about doing that? This was just the background, the foundation to establish how do we go about living our purpose. Why should we be engaged in this purpose of serving God? So how do we go about doing this practically? It's actually quite easy, especially for everyone sitting here right now. You're in exactly the right place to be to live this purpose, to be engaged in service. And something that's happened relatively recently is we've even established a service engagement team here at the temple to facilitate anyone who wants to be engaged in service. And there's many existing service opportunities. There's too many to mention. We're still in the process of compiling all of these things. But before we go on into the existing service opportunities, I think it's also important to mention even outside of the existing service opportunities that may be there, we can also make a unique contribution, because we each have a unique relationship with Krishna. The amazing thing is that actually we all exist. We know that Sri Sri Radha Radhanath, that Krishna's topmost devotee is Radharani, and no one can serve Krishna in a way that's more pleasing than the service she renders. So then why do the rest of us exist? If she can serve Krishna in the best way, why does anyone else exist? Because we all have a unique relationship with Krishna. We all have something that no one else can serve Krishna in that same way and give Krishna that same pleasure. Obviously, Srimati Radharani is the highest and the best, but we each have our own unique relationship with Krishna. And in that way, we can each make a unique contribution, even in our services in the material world. And I like the way Jay Shetty actually, his kind of framework for service is, he combines a few concepts like passion and skill. So the things that we're passionate about and the skills that we have. And those two together basically form the varna that we may be familiar with, which is our nature. And then the other principles are compassion and usefulness. So when we engage in activities with compassion that are useful, that he defines as seva, or service. And when you combine all of these, you get your dharma. So then we can reflect, what are the things that I am passionate about? What unique skills do I have? How can I use this in the service of others? How can I be compassionate and use this in the service of others? And how can it be useful? And so just some questions to consider that we can reflect on. Maybe I'll go through them a bit slowly, so we'll give some time for reflection of these. What do I like to do in my free time? And if I had an unlimited amount of money, what would I do? Just some things to reflect on. And you can try different things as well. There's service is not stereotyped. We'll go through some, there's all sorts of existing services, and which we'll touch on. But don't limit yourself to just those services that exist out there. There's so many services that may never have been imagined that you could be just expert at, and we haven't even realized the potential of serving in that way. So these are just some things to reflect on. And I know better than to ask for questions in Chatsworth, because everyone is always shy. And but just from what we mentioned before, and if you had time to reflect, does anyone have anything that they feel has just popped to the surface? Like, I feel like, you know what, I'm really good at this, or I've never thought about this before, but I'd like to offer this service to Krishna. Anyone has anything? Yeah, it's kind of, okay. One, you can shout out, or do we have the mic? Oh, the mic is here.
Hare Krishna. So what I've always been passionate about is singing. And
Sorry?
Singing. Singing, yes. And it's very intimidating coming to temple. Like, oh, I like singing. Can I try to sing? But I think Krishna is amazing, because actually quite recently, yesterday, I was just sitting in front of the deities, and a Prabhu came up to me and said, "Would you like to sing for Aarti?" And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, let me try this. So sometimes you feel a bit intimidated or scared to do the service that you're passionate about. But if your desire is strong enough, Krishna will answer you. So that's a very nice thought to have. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that actually brings another point, actually, that when we kind of get out of our comfort zone and just try something, then we're giving Krishna a chance to work his magic in our lives as well. And I know I've experienced in some services that I've been engaged in, just the amazing coincidences just happen. Like, once in the AV room, we were looking for some cable, and another devotee just happened to be cleaning out a different set of cupboards and found exactly the cable that we were looking for. And it's like all sorts of coincidences just happen that Krishna arranges to. He really shows his presence in our lives when we engage in serving him. So so just try things out. There's absolutely no harm in trying different things. And obviously this is kind of a long-term reflection and a meditation that we can continue about seeing how best can we align our passion, our skills, our compassion in order to serve Krishna in a unique way. And this can be like a lifelong meditation and something that we just always consider. But for those of us like me as well, who kind of haven't figured these things out, we can also just do the needful. There's so many things that are going on in the temple, and so many easy services that we can all be engaged in. Like, for example, Harinam. Harinam, of course, we know that the chanting of the holy names of Krishna, the chanting of the holy names of God, is the recommended process of self-realization in this age. And it's freely available. That's the amazing thing about it. And also we know that in previous ages, things were so much more difficult. Like before, elaborate fire sacrifices used to have to be performed. Meditation for thousands of years had to be done to become self-realized. Or elaborate temple worship had to be done to become self-realized. Now we actually have the easiest process, which is just chanting the names of God, which is something anyone can do. Even children can do it. And it's almost too good. It seems too good to be true. How can something as simple as reciting some words make us self-realized? It doesn't make sense. But because of the nature of this age that we're living in and how difficult the world is around us, the Lord has made this special arrangement that we have the easiest process for self-realization. And so this Harinam happens very practically, where devotees go out on the streets and chant together and try and share these holy names with others. And anyone can join. It's absolutely no restriction. And then we are getting benefited, and everyone who's hearing the mantra is also getting benefited. So it's a win-win situation, and it's completely free. Then there's also the existing services of book distribution, where we try and share the transcendental knowledge with others. And now this can be quite intimidating, I won't lie. But there's many ways in which it can be done where you don't have to kind of approach strangers and really go out of your shell. You can set up a table. You can approach people from work. You can actually even just I know my sister distributed over 200 books at the company she was working at, and not doing anything in your face. And she just have books displayed on her table, and people would come up and be interested and wonder, hey, what's this about? And so there's so many ways that all of us, these are services that are open to all of us, really. To whatever extent we have understood some value or we've received some benefit from this Krishna consciousness, we can share that with others. Just as a quick hands up, how many of you from whatever practice of Krishna consciousness or whatever practice of spiritual life you're engaged in, how many of you are finding some happiness in that? Okay, I thought it'll be more actually, but anyway, okay, no, okay, everyone's just got the delayed hand reaction. It goes up like this, and then eventually it finds its way out. Okay, that's fine. So if we have found some joy and we in the spiritual practices that we're engaging in, then it's just about sharing that with others. That's a service that we can do, and it's you don't have to ask the temple management or anything to do that. You can just go out and share what you've received with others. Food for life. What an amazing service this is. Obviously, it happens every day where many hungry people are given, nourishment of sanctified food offered to the Lord. And, obviously recently there was the big disaster in Tongat, and Food for Life reacted very swiftly there. But they are doing that every day. And just because they're doing so well, it doesn't mean they can't do better. Because, if we even if we see a service that inspires us and we think, oh, they already got everything covered. No, by us contributing to that in some way, we can make that service even better. We can take it to the next level. And that's another very easy service to do. There's no restrictions. Anyone can help. The Sunday Love Feast as well. Even right now, everyone sitting here can engage in some service even right here today. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki jai. Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A simple thing like just packing the chairs when the class is over. There's so many ways of service. And I also, I must remember to say remote opportunities, because I know from experience, I see our online audience is very enthusiastic as well. And sometimes they live far away from the temple. So this is a special shout out to anyone watching online that, yes, there's service even for you. Even if you live far away, it's not practical for you to serve physically at the temple. There's even remote services available. So this is just, it's kind of a sales pitch, but not really, with an agenda in mind. It's for all of our benefit, really, that there's so many services that we can be engaged in. So what if we are already serving? Someone might, and I'm sure many of you are already very engaged in service already. So then we can also think about expanding the service, expanding our current services, expanding both the quality. So there's always ways to expand the quality of service. Like I know, well, just one thing off the top of my head, I see the Prasadam serve-out team at the bottom. Over time they've got like very professional, and they all have their their uniforms and their kit and ready for service, and just the way they serve, with the timeousness, and a recent one, the innovation of the coupon system as well. There's so many ways that services are being expanded in quality and then also in quantity. If you're distributing 100 plates of prasadam, you can distribute 1,000. There's so many ways to expand services. And then obviously, even if we are we think we have taken a service to the best possible level that we can teach others and let them take that service on and contribute, and maybe they will even take it to a level higher than we imagined, or maybe just by getting more people involved, the services just have a way of expanding beyond anyone's imagination. And I know His Holiness Keshav Maharaj recently was mentioning this wonderful thing about relationships, which I think also applies to service as well, where he mentioned the toxic relationships where 1 + 1 actually equals 0. It works negatively. And then the transactional relationship where 1 + 1 actually equals 1. There's no benefit. But he also mentioned 1 + 1 can also be infinity. And this is the transcendental relationship. Because when two people come together, and in a really transcendental mood in which to assist in each other's service, and I'm not necessarily talking about like partners or spouses or anything, I'm talking about when any two people come together in a service, it can just grow beyond what either person could do themselves. And that's just by the synergy of teamwork and the sincere desire of those serving. The service can just expand just by engaging others. So even in the services that we're currently doing alone, which may be going really well, we can include others and take that service to the next level. Then just another important point to also consider is that actually we are always serving. Even when, just by being the people we are being, just by setting an example. There's a famous quote that's often attributed to Saint Francis of Assisi, where he says, "Preach the gospel at all times. When necessary, use words." So he's basically saying that actually the best preaching you can do is by setting a good example. You can preach without using any words at all. Just by setting an example that for others to follow, that is a service in itself. You may argue that's the best type of service. And specifically for us, we are trying to represent Srila Prabhupada. So we're trying to be authentic followers of Prabhupada and trying to represent him. That also is a service in itself. And not just represent, but represent him, to present him again. So, because obviously, even ourselves never really had the physical association of Srila Prabhupada, but we have the association of those who did physically associate with Prabhupada, and we need to kind of pay that forward to the future generations, to give them the experience of what it was like to be with Srila Prabhupada, to serve Srila Prabhupada. This it's a very tough thing, but this is also a service that we should be aspiring to. And then, yes, we can also serve service as a way of reaching out, of sharing Krishna consciousness. So, for example, we may have family members or people that we love, but they're not so inclined to devotional service, they're not so inclined to spiritual life for whatever reason. And the easiest way to kind of reach out to them is to engage them in some small service. you might not have so much luck trying to philosophically convince someone who doesn't want to hear your message. But if you can engage them somehow in some small service, naturally they will be purified, and they'll naturally get, as we previously mentioned, the service automatically makes one happy. And in the Bhagavad Gita as well, Krishna mentions that this devotional service is joyfully performed. So, just by engaging them in some service, you can actually give them a taste of spiritual life. And there's so many ways one can do that. Obviously, even actually eating is also a service. When we are honoring prasad or food offered to the Lord, even that is a service. So there's so many ways that we can engage others in some small service. You can use your intellect to think of, there's unlimited ways of doing these things. And also people will be inspired by seeing the loving exchanges of the devotees. So that is also a service, just having loving relationships with the other devotees, having cooperative relationships. Personally, my personal vision is to give everyone a taste of the spiritual world as far as possible. And we know that the spiritual world is a place where there's wish-fulfilling trees. There's cows that give milk, there's what you might call the ground is covered in gemstones. It's a world that we can't actually imagine. Actually, the spiritual world, there's no dull matter. Everything there is conscious. So I can't even use the word everything, because they're no things. They're all beings there that are conscious. So, and all of them are focused on serving Krishna and having loving relationships with Krishna and each other. So it's a world that is very hard for us to imagine right now in our current situation. But we can still give people some taste of it, at least with the cooperative relationships amongst each other. No one's going to plant any desire trees, wish-fulfilling trees anytime soon here in this world. But if people see a society where everyone has cooperative, loving relationships with each other, they will naturally get a taste for what the spiritual world is like. And this in itself is an inspiration to practice spiritual life. So these are just some other services that are kind of generic and that we can aspire to. They apply to all of us. And they may be a bit long-term in their nature. We might not be able to reach these levels, but at least if we're conscious of them, we can aspire towards these goals. Then some other considerations that we should always have while being engaged in service and while engaging others in service is that we don't need people to fulfill our projects. We need projects to fulfill our people. It's quite a powerful concept that I came across in the devotee care course. We don't need people to fulfill our projects. We need projects to fulfill our people. Sometimes in the course of engaging in service, we are very much objective driven and focused on certain results. And of course, which must be, if a festival is happening next week, we need it to happen, on time and with the expected results. But we should never be treating people as a means to achieve a certain end, to achieve a certain goal of the project. And actually, the projects and all the services that we engage in are meant to fulfill our people. Devotional service is on the absolute platform. So the specific service that we engage in is not that important, really. We could be sweeping the temple, or we could be on the altar. It doesn't mean that one of these services is not higher than the other. It's the consciousness that we perform these services and is what will endear us to Krishna. So it's just an important thing to always consider that we for our own benefit, we should always try to be engaged in some sort of devotional service. It doesn't really matter what it is, but obviously, as we mentioned previously, doing the needful, if we don't have any specific inclinations one way or the other, there's so many services that are already available that are needed and that we can engage in. So just to conclude, we can take the initiative. Who does this temple belong to? We know that this temple actually belongs to Sri Sri Radha Radhanath. They are the owners, the proprietors of this temple. Whatever the government says, we know that everything belongs to God, everything belongs to Krishna. So, and who have they placed, who have they given charge, trusted with the care? And obviously there's temple management structures and in place, etc. But actually this is our temple. Sri Sri Radha Radhanath are allowing us to be engaged in their service. It's quite an amazing thing, really, when you think that, we may have so many disqualifications, and God Himself is allowing us to be engaged in His service. So, and I guess obviously we've kind of mentioned two different approaches. One is to be engaged in all the existing services that are going on in the temple, and one is to come up with new services, things that may never have been considered, but we have passion and skill for. And both of these are valuable. So take the initiative and try and engage in some service. You can try and create a new service as well. And that's specifically why we've created this service engagement team. So you can contact us. There's an email address there. It's quite a nice, easy to remember one, service@iskondurban.net. And we can help facilitate your service. And just another point on these two kind of approaches of engaging in the services that are currently going on in the temple, as well as engaging in services that are not currently happening, but which we may have passion and skill for. That's another element of Yukta Vairagya, is engaging our abilities in the service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that He is the ability in man. So all of our abilities are coming from Krishna, and therefore we should engage that in His service. That's the purest form of engaging our abilities. So, for example, maybe someone is an expert lawyer, but they've always served in a humble mood in the background, and they come and cut vegetables every week for the Sunday Love Feast, and that's an amazing service. But it's also wonderful when they engage their God-given abilities, because that is the ultimate form of renunciation. When we engage the abilities that we received in service. So if you're an expert lawyer, who knows, be part of the legal team of the temple. I don't even know if we have one yet, but don't be limited by what's going on around the temple. There's so many services that you can offer. And take the initiative and go for it. So I'll just end now by just introducing the team who's currently part of the service engagement team here. You can stand up and maybe come forward to make it all personal. Mom. So you're welcome to contact us on our email address, service@iskondurban.net. If you have any ideas on how you'd like to be engaged in service, or any other ideas that you may have on facilitating service engagement, or even if you want to join our small team. You can see it's a small team at the moment. This is Rohini in front. She's kind of the main member of the team at the moment. And my mother, Amritavani Devidasi, who's also part of the service engagement team, as well as myself. So yes, please come see us personally. You can feel free to email us. I will also share a WhatsApp number of someone at some point, because I know people prefer that medium. But I think just for now, we'll keep it with the email. And keep an eye out. We're compiling a list of services that are currently going on in the temple, and we will broadcast that, because actually services are for all. We shouldn't have this idea that I'm not qualified enough to engage in a certain service. There are services available for people of all types. Obviously, not everyone can go on the altar. You need to have certain Brahmanical qualifications to do things like that. But there are services for everyone. There's actually far more services available than the people to fulfill them. So, yes, thank you, and Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or reflections before we move on to the next part of the program? Okay, I think, yes, it is a good time. We are running out of time. So we'll have now one of the service leaders here at the temple, Balaram Prabhu, to discuss some of the services that he's responsible for and how everyone can get involved. And over the course of the Sunday Love Feasts, we'll probably have more service leaders as well, just inspiring us with what's going on in their areas of service, as well as how these can be taken to the next level, and how all of us can contribute to them. So, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, yes, and we'll also be distributing these clipboards out, where you can add your name. If you don't want to be personal and talk to us, you can just write your name there and we'll contact you as well.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. It's good to see you all here today. And I'm also thankful of the opportunity to be able to share some information with each of you. I would just like to start by saying that, sometimes we see this ISKCON ship moving, and we may not really be aware of everything that happens in the background to allow it to move. So Nashvin Prabhu spoke about different service leaders, different departments that we have. We have in the excess of 50 different departments that are working in different ways, doing different things to allow this ISKCON mission to proceed with success. And that is why the service engagement team has decided that they would like the congregation to become more aware of the different teams that exist and what they do and what opportunities there are for service for you as well. And so I assist with the aspect of initiation and mentorship. We've combined that together. Currently, not too much is happening in the area of mentorship, but we are doing a fair amount when it comes to the process of initiation. And Srila Prabhupada, he put in place two types of initiations. The first initiation, also known as Harinam initiation, or the Holy Name initiation. And he also then advocated second initiation, which is also known as Brahman initiation. Now, Nashvin Prabhu said that not all services are available to everyone. You remember that? Short while ago? He said because some services are only available to those who are Brahman initiated. One of our services is to help you get to the point of first initiation and thereafter get you to the point of second initiation, so that all services available to Brahman initiated devotees will then become available to you as well. So that is what our service is about. So just to give you a quick overview of first initiation, consider that you just came into contact with ISKCON in some way, maybe a situation of distress, or maybe out of total curiosity, or maybe someone pointed you, in the direction of ISKCON, and you got here somehow into one of our Sunday Love Feast programs. And so you came here. Oh, of course, I missed out one category. You might have been attracted by the Sunday Love Feast Prashadam. That could have been a factor as well. But you come here, and as you are here, you take advantage of the different programs that are on offer to you. You sit into the Sunday Love Feast program, you participate in the kirtan, you listen to the class, you learn some spiritual knowledge. Not everything may be fully understood right at the beginning, but you pick up certain things that you find of value. You then observe the Artik ceremony, and you get a full round experience, concluding, of course, with Prashadam. But as you come, you will find that some changes will take place in your life. You will find the changes. You will find that you're getting a little more attached to the spiritual knowledge that is being offered. And you start to get an inquiring mind, and you want to know more. And so you keep on coming to learn more. And then you realize also that the Hare Krishna devotees, besides the philosophy, there's a certain practice also that goes with the philosophy. And slowly you start to become curious about that practice, and you start to learn about it. Sometimes you will learn about it informally, from other devotees, and sometimes you could learn about it formally as well. So we do have, for example, the Bhaktivedanta College of Education and Culture that tries to teach you both the philosophy and the practice in a very systematic way, which is the way that Prabhupada asked it to be done, in a systematic and logical way. And you will find then that you take to the chanting, and you find that initially chanting may be difficult, but after a while you find that it's happening more naturally, and you get attached to chanting, and if you're not chanting, you feel that something is missing. You'll find that these changes will happen in your life over a period of time. And you then start to, if you were not following all the regulative principles, slowly you start to drop one or two of those habits, and then you start to observe all 4 of the regulative principles. And then you find it very difficult to avoid coming to the Sunday Love Feast program. So these are some of the symptoms that you will find creeping into your life's habits. And when this happens, then it's a signal that you are actually coming to close to become initiated, close to meeting all the requirements for initiation. And that is why we are here as a team for initiation and mentorship, to provide information to you as you need it. So at any time, if anyone needs information, what is initiation, what are the requirements, we will be able to send you information immediately, in terms of what the requirements are. If you feel that the study requirements, but I didn't do this course, I didn't do that course, we will be able to point you in the direction of the college and supply you with the program of the courses available during the course of the year. We will try to facilitate everything that is needed to allow you to move to the point of receiving your first initiation. And once you have received your first initiation, which means that you are now connected to a bona fide spiritual master that's coming in disciplic succession, and you get a spiritual name, which also signifies that you're starting a very new significant phase in your life. And if you then continue practicing, in a committed way, then after a few years, when there's a certain state of readiness and when you are more serious, then there's the opportunity for second or Brahmin initiation. And this is important, especially if you're going to be engaged in leadership positions, in the temple, in some management role, or be involved in some preaching activities, or if you have an inclination to perform deity worship, then this would be important for you. It opens all of those doors. So what exactly do? We make the forms available to you. We make information available to you. And when you're ready to apply, we make the forms available to you. And when we receive your forms, we look at it, we evaluate the information you provided, we compare it with the requirements for initiation, and if there are any gaps, we then start advising you about those gaps. Because for first initiation, from the time you apply, there's a 1-year waiting period. But in that 1-year waiting period, we want to provide you with all the kinds of assistance that you require. When that 1 year elapses, we want it to be guaranteed that you will receive first initiation. There should be no doubt by the end of that 1-year period, because our job is to assist to make that happen. So that is what we do. And we then provide training, we provide seminars. Some of these things we haven't been doing in a very, very successful way, but we want to be able to do that. It's one of our kind of way forwards that we want to be able to achieve. So we want to be able to provide more information. We want to be able to have seminars. We want to be able to call those that are applying to one-on-one meetings through the course of that 1-year period, so that we can also watch as you grow, and we could be able to provide assistance for you to grow. And one of the things that we're looking forward to also is to establish a more meaningful mentorship system, because that also fits in with what I was saying. We need to be able to have mentors, those devotees who are experienced, who are living a very happy, successful spiritual life, to be able to offer, as Nashvin Prabhu said in one of his slides, teach others. If you've achieved something, it doesn't mean it's the end. Teach others. So mentors are meant to do that, to assist others who also want to grow in their spiritual practice and deepen in their spiritual knowledge. So we want to be able to do that in a more meaningful way. At the moment, we are providing some minimum guidance and support to those who are applying for initiation, but much more can be done. So mentorship is very important, because you see, in spiritual life, sometimes we make commitments, along the way, milestones that help us to improve, step by step. But it is very important to have a mentor, because if you have a plan and you have that plan just for yourself, it is easy to not follow the plan, because nobody knows. It's only you. So it's very easy to get away. But if you have a mentor, they will help you in terms of accountability, in terms of keeping the plan, in terms of them supporting and guiding you through that plan as well. So that is what we would certainly like to be able to do. So some of the things then that we would like to grow in terms of the service that we offer is we'd like to increase advocacy on initiation. We want information on initiation to be freely available, through the broadcast at the temple, through the programs, in all different ways that are possible. This whole concept of initiation should not be a secret, where you don't really know what it's all about and how to go about it and what to follow. We would also, as we said, like to provide increased guidance to devotees who apply for first and second initiation. We would like also to create a more effective administration system around initiation in terms of keeping proper records and tracking the application through time. And finally, to develop a mentorship program. So, how is all of this going to be done? Nashvin Prabhu said that we shouldn't have projects in which we can fill people. He said it should be the other way around. And I think this is a two-way thing, because he talked about the importance of service, and he talked about the importance of using your passion and your skills. And so we'd like to offer you an opportunity to try and match the skills that you possess with some of the voluntary positions that we are offering in terms of service. But also remember that you don't always have to have the passion, or the skills rather, that are necessary. Sometimes you only need the passion. Because when it comes to these positions that I'm just going to finish off with, we can provide the necessary training that you require. All you need is the passion to want to serve, and we will assist with all else. So some of the areas of service. The first voluntary position is that of a general initiation administrator, somebody just to help keep the entire structure together. So basically, your task would be to help advertise, the initiation requirements and any information about the initiation process. And then when applications come, to receive and capture them, on a Excel spreadsheet. And then to liaise with the guru representatives, because these candidates are under the care of the representative of each respective guru, to liaise with them about the processes of initiation, and also to help schedule interviews and to collate these results. So we need assistance in that. We do not have at the moment a dedicated person who does that. Thereafter, we want to be able to offer another set of positions which relates to offering seminars relating to initiation. So we'd like devotees who have an interest in this area, who can come together. We can provide you with a lot of information of the content of such seminars, but it's a matter of putting it together, scheduling it, running it, inviting devotees to attend it. So that would be a second area of service. A third area of service is that for interviews, for initiation, there's a test that has to be written. Prabhupada advocated a set of 13 questions that should be answered by any devotee who would like to take initiation. So we would like a small team to be able to put together these tests, schedule them, administer them, help to mark them, and then feed that into the interview committee. And the last area of service that I have listed here is that of forming a mentorship committee. If this is an area of passion for you, we'd like a team of 4 to 5 devotees to form this team and to put together a mentorship system. And we can provide all guidance that you require, because we have a vision of what we'd like to see happen. And together with your ideas, we could formulate something very significant. So these are the areas. We are going to broadcast this through the channel, but I think more importantly, if I could urge you to take down these details on your phone, but I also have some slips of paper on which I have those contact details, which we will make available on your way out. All you do is then just send a mail to that dedicated email address for ISKCON initiation, and a dedicated WhatsApp number also for initiation specifically, and just tell us that you are interested, and then tell us which of those. Okay, you won't know which position, just tell us you are interested, and we will send you these lists, these positions, and a description of each of these services, and then you can tell us which one you are interested in, and then we could start to have a conversation around that. We need to bear in mind that while Prabhupada was on this planet, and when he left behind a legacy, an absolutely great legacy that we cannot ever repay the debt for. We need to remember that we are also the soldiers in Prabhupada's army. We are here while we are here. But when we are gone, we need to be able to say that we also, in some small way, that we have also left behind a legacy. So we urge you to take advantage of this opportunity, and we really would like to hear from you in the next few days, in the next few weeks, so that we could connect and we could work together cooperatively to take this ISKCON mission forward. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I would like to thank Nashvin Prabhu for such an amazing class. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing all your knowledge. I'd also like to thank Balram Prabhu. Thank you so much for sharing with us all this information, and I'm sure we're all feeling very encouraged and motivated to advance in our spiritual journey with all the knowledge that Prabhu has just shared. I just have a few announcements to make, and they're actually very exciting announcements about the upcoming events here at Sri Sri Radha Radhanath. The Holy Name Immersion Retreat, that is the weekend of Kirtan and Japa, will be next weekend, the 15th, 16th and 17th of June. Please do register for this. It's going to be a very exciting weekend. Monday is a public holiday, therefore the 17th of June is included. We have presenters like His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, Raghunath Bhattadas, Rukmani Devi Dasi, Smita Krishna Das, Swarup Damodar Das. So we have very, very interesting presenters, and many of us know them. They have so much of knowledge. They're so well versed in Krishna consciousness and scripture. So it's going to be a very spiritually recharging weekend. So please do join and register via the link. We also have the logo design contest. Sri Sri Radha Radhanath will be celebrating their 40th anniversary next year in 2025. So they're looking for a new logo. There is more information available on social media for you to look at. So this is a very interesting time to tap in your creativity and your artistic talents. Even if you've never tried this before, this will be a nice time for you all to try something like that and create a logo for the temple. Another very interesting announcement, the Lotus Market will once again be opened on the 24th and 25th of August. We have had the Lotus Market before. It is a vegan and vegetarian food market. There's also arts and crafts, kids activities, jumping castle, live entertainment. For those of you all that have come before to the Lotus Market, you all would know it's a very, very interesting day. So that will be on the 24th and 25th of August, so please save the date. Coupons, for those of you all that did come into the temple room and did not receive your coupon, you all will receive a coupon. Please do not leave the temple room without the coupon. After Nishingadev Pranam has been sung, there will be devotees at the back of the temple that will assist you all, and you all will get a coupon, and it's one coupon per person. I would like to thank the Pachepstan Namahasha, led by Priya Vasha Prabhu and his wonderful team. They have cooked today's prasad for the Sunday Love Feast program. So let's give them a huge round of applause. I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending today's Sunday Love Feast program. We look forward to seeing everybody again next week, Sunday. And obviously, please register for that lovely retreat that's going to take place. We will now observe Aarti and have lovely ecstatic Kirtan. So thank you once again for coming. Hare Krishna.
Namayang Vishnapadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Shame nite namine Vishnu padaya Krishna prestaya bhutale Srimate bhakti vedanta Shame nite namine Namayang Vishnu padaya Krishna prestaya bhutale Srimate bhakti vedanta Shame niti namine Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Namaste Narasingaya Praladadadaine Hiranyakashe Purvashaha Hiranyakashe Purvashaha Shiladanka Nakalaye Ito Nishinga Parata Nishinga Jata Jata Jami Tato Nishinga Jata Jata Jami Tato Nishinga Bahe Nishinga Hridaye Nishinga Nishima Maden Sharanam Prabhade Tava Kara Kamala Vare Nakha Madbhuta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanabinga Keshavadheta Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare. Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nishingadev Jaya Nishingadev Nishingadev Jaya Nishingadev Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astodharasata Sri Srimad His Divine Loving Grace Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. The greatest religious revolutionary the world has ever seen, Srila Prabhupada Ki. 13th Mahajan Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astotarasata Sri Srimad His Divine Loving Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Gaur Vadan Ki. Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki. Shri Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Ganga Maya Ki. Jamuna Maya Ki. Bhakti Dev Ki. Srimati Tulsi Maharani Ki. Grantarat Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki. Transcendental Prasadam Distribution Ki. Their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Ki. Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hari Hari Bol. Now let us take this opportunity to offer our obeisances to all the wonderful Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desire trees and can fulfill the transcendental desires of everyone. Vancha kalpatrubhyosya kripa sindhu bhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki.
Hare Krishna. For those of you that may have entered the temple room while the kirtan was on and missed the announcement, if you all do not have a coupon, there are devotees at the back that will assist you all. It's 1 coupon per person, and this is for the prasad downstairs. So there are coupons available, devotees are at the back and they will assist you. Hare Krishna.